It is Saturday, so that means it is time to open up the mailbag. We took a little bit of a break last week. We're covering the NFL draft, but now we are back. I'm here to answer your questions from our live shows on Tuesday. They're a ton of fun. Make sure you guys join them next time because we go live every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Absolute blast. And what I'm really excited about when I look to the future of the Baltimore Ravens is I'm excited to see Malachi Starks as a Raven. I'm absolutely pumped. I think he's going to be phenomenal. And if you're as excited as I am, make sure to spam those 24s in the comment section down below. I need to see at least 200 Ravens fans who are as pumped as I am to see Malachi Starks right there next to Kyle Hamilton. Let's start with Kimberly Harmon, one of our OGs right here at the Baltimore Ravens Rundown. Do you think Justin Tucker had a future with the Ravens, or do you think he's going to be gone to another team? Just curious. Kimberly, that's a hard question to answer because as of right now, he's getting investigated, as we know. And we haven't got an update in a little while. Now, I will say, the amount of allegations are a little bit alarming. There's a lot of them. I'm not saying they're false. I'm not saying they're true. I'm just saying they're allegations at this point. We don't know yet. If I had to bet, I would bet he's not on the team. I think that's going to be a combination of everything that's happened over the past couple months and also with the fact that he just wasn't really good in 2024. Lost you the game to the Steelers, lost you the game partially to the Eagles, and so it's like all those things together and the fact you just drafted a kicker last weekend, I don't know if the future's too bright for Justin Tucker. Chris Byron says, #Ravens, who will start next to Smith at middle linebacker? I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. I'm kind of leaning towards Teddy Buchanan, the linebacker out of Cal, the draft pick in the 4th round. I have him right now as number 33 overall of the depth chart in the 3rd linebacker spot. Would not be surprised to see that change. Because if you think about what Trent Simpson, what happened to him this last season, he started all year long. And then after week 15, he had, I think, 15 snaps in the final 4 games. It's obvious that Zach Gore lost a little bit of confidence in him. It's obvious that things changed. And so Teddy Buchanan can come in here and all the athleticism he has, with all the skill and agility that he has, he could blow some people's minds and be the starter day one. AEW top guy, that is the next question we've got. #Ravens, do you think that Trent Simpson is going to improve or do you think he has bust potential? Great question, AEW. I don't know. I don't have a ton of confidence in Trent Simpson, if I'm being honest. I think him not playing the end of last season meant a lot. Okay? And then Malik Harrison left. Chris Board left. You had a massive, massive, massive hole in your linebacking room. I just don't necessarily have a ton of confidence in Trent Simpson to turn that corner if he hasn't already. If he already kind of took a little bit of a turn. Started off the season really hot, ended it horribly. Like I said, 15 snaps in the last 4 weeks this season. That's not where you want to be trending. I can promise you that. Next one is from Coco Peebles. Nice little play on for Anais Peebles, the newest defensive tackle for the Baltimore Ravens. Are the Ravens going to trade for Kayvon Thibodeaux? Good question. We actually talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and you might think because they drafted Abdul Carter, it's a better chance it happens. Well, actually, New York picked up his 5th-year option, which means they're not going to trade him. They're going to ride him out for 1 more year, most likely, and then the two are going to part ways. I would have liked the fit with Baltimore. I really would. I thought it would have been awesome, especially with the addition of Mike Green. But as of right now, I think it's pretty clear, it's pretty obvious that New York is not in the business of parting with Kavon Tippido. What say you, though? Should the Ravens trade for Kavon Tippido? Should they give him an offer they can't refuse? Let me know in the comment section down below by typing yes or typing no. Really curious what your guys' answer is. Mike Nintendo Master, #Ravens. Do the Ravens sign another left guard? I hope so. We talked about Brandon Scherf just the other day, the guard out of Jacksonville this past year. He had a fine 2024 season. Like, it wasn't anything spectacular, but it wasn't anything horrible. He's a little bit older, but I think some veteran leadership at that position could do some really good, okay? You got Ben Cleveland in there, and that's the only vet you have at the guard spot. Andrew Voorhees, still young, rookie contract. Daniel Faalele, still young, rookie contract. Dellinger, obviously, you just drafted him, still young. Emory Jones, not technically a guard, but most likely kicking the guard, you just drafted him, still young. It's literally just Ben Cleveland. I would love another left guard to be signed, especially an older one who could be a veteran depth piece. Papa Shook, #Ravens, what can we expect from Tyler Loop? Clearly his selection predicates the departure of JT, but I do not know much about him. I think the biggest thing to know about Tyler Loop is he's got a really big leg. He hit from 62 this past year at Arizona, and I think that's the biggest attraction to him, okay? I thought there are better kickers available. Ryan Fitzgerald out of Florida State, I liked him a little bit better. The thing I don't love about Tyler Loop is he didn't have a great field goal percentage, 18 for 23. That, to me, doesn't scream spin a draft pick on him, especially a 6-rounder. So I thought it was a little bit of a reach. I actually graded it a B- after the draft. But he's got a really big leg. That's pretty much the biggest thing to know. One of those legs that, you know what, if you're on the 45-yard line, you'd feel comfortable about him putting it through the goalpost. So we'll see, and we'll see what happens with Justin Tucker because of it. If you guys want a new jersey for your closet, go to chatsports.com/Starks right now, and you can get a Malachi Starks jersey hot off the press. Of course, it won't be that number 1. It's going to be his 24. If you guys want to rep the newest Baltimore Raven, the most recent first-round selection, it's super easy. Again, chatsports.com/Starks. You're going to be able to find that link in the comments and description of today's video. Made it super easy for you guys. Right now, he's not even in the top 10 of rookie sales. Basically, that's saying, you know what, Ravens fans, they don't love their players enough. Well, I think we should, okay? Chatsports.com/Starks. Get his jersey. Rep it all around the Charm City. Your new favorite first-round pick. Fly God Nation with a question. #Ravens, what are the odds that we bring in more competition at the D tackle position? I personally love to get Jordan Phillips to fill in that spot as another pass rush option. I think there's a decent chance that we get some more competition at the D tackle position. A guy I talked about earlier this week with undrafted free agents was Nate Hutmacher, and he's massive out of Nebraska. Again, undrafted, but he's over 300 pounds. He wrestled in Nebraska. I think he might come in and just shock a lot of people. I think that would be an option, a really good one, but you lose Michael Pierce. That's a really big miss in the middle of that defense. I think Preston Smith is also a guy to look at. Defensive lineman, was with the Packers for a really long time, then got traded to the Steelers this past year. He's a free agent again. Would not be surprised if he's the selection or a guy, that the Ravens try to prick up in free agency. Dave Harrison Jr., our friend from the UK, says, is it true that Flowers wants out? I don't think so. I haven't heard that anywhere. I don't know where you heard that. I hope it's not true. I really like Zay Flowers. I'm curious what they're going to do with his contract, though, after this year. He's getting older. He's getting closer to the end of that rookie deal. And a lot of times after the season would be the year to, extend him. I think this year is going to be a really big year with Flowers. If he can prove, hey, I am bar none, no doubts about it, the wide receiver 1 on this roster, I think he's going to get paid. But if he can't, I don't want to say they're going to move on from him or trade him or anything like that. That's not going to happen. But just kind of interesting to see how they, react to that situation. But I don't think he wants out. I haven't heard that anywhere. I haven't seen that anywhere. So if you have, I don't think it's necessarily true. Joshua Weinbender saying Cleveland sucks and Josh Allen, well, he's no Lamar. Amari would do better in Baltimore. I think it's talking about Amari Cooper. I would like Amari Cooper. He wouldn't be my favorite veteran option, as you know, Joshua. I think I would rather Keenan Allen. But I wouldn't mind him. I think he's still a really good route runner. Cleveland sucks. You're right. Josh Allen, I like him, but he really didn't utilize a guy like Amari Cooper to the best of his abilities, to the best of his strengths. If I had to bet, because at the time of this recording, he's still a free agent, I think he's going to end up back in Dallas, though. That's just my thoughts. Kevin Rydell, Hashtag Ravens, I would like to see David Ajabo moved. Maybe swap him with New York for Kavon Tippido and a late pick. Wouldn't mind that one bit. Like I said off the top, they actually took the fifth-year option on Kayvon Thibodeaux, so I don't think they're going to move him. And I don't think they would for David Ajabo because he hasn't been good. He hasn't really been good at all. Only 2 sacks this past year. He's never on the field. He's always hurt. He rarely produces even if he is on the field. And so I think he's just going to end up getting cut when it comes to roster cut down day. Ravens King with a question. Hashtag Ravens, when are we going to extend Derrick Henry? It's a good question. Hopefully soon. I would love the extension of Derrick Henry soon. I think he deserves it. I think you're going to bump him up to probably around 12 million, 11 million. You just saw what he was able to do this past year. You saw what this offense was able to do because of him, what Lamar Jackson was able to do because of the threat of Derrick Henry running the football. I mean, I hope he retires a Raven. I hope he's here to the very end of his career. Absolutely love what he was able to do in 2024. Attendance squad, hashtag Ravens Rundown with Chat Sports. Hey, based on the draft last week, how confident do you think Baltimore can win the Super Bowl? I'm relatively confident, like as confident as you can be about a team winning the Super Bowl. Obviously, it's like not anything that has plus odds because you never know. But they added exactly where they need to in rushing the passer. They added exactly where they needed to in the secondary. You added another veteran wide receiver option over the offseason in DeAndre Hopkins. If the offensive line can punch a little bit above its weight, and if they can stay healthy, this could be the year, ladies and gentlemen. It could be. Last one coming from Starks. What's up, Malachi? Who's the Ravens' biggest sleeper pick in the NFL draft? Good question. I want to say Anais Peebles. I had like a top 160 grade on Peebles, and you got him in the 6th round with like your 3rd 6th round selection. He's quick. He has such a high motor. He's a great pass rusher. He's a little bit smaller, so sure, he struggles stopping the run from time to time. But I think he's one of those guys, 3rd down situations, every single 3rd down, he's in the game trying to get to the passer. That's my thoughts on Peebles. And you got him in the 6th round for a guy who I thought was going to go much higher. Absolutely love that pick. Easily think he's the biggest sleeper pick for the Ravens in the draft. It's your turn, though. Name him down below. Who's the Ravens' biggest sleeper pick in the NFL draft? I said it was Peebles. You can agree with me. I don't care. Or you can disagree with me. I don't care about that either. Just let me know your answer in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys subscribe while you're down there. Join us right now because we have been growing like crazy right here on the Ravens Rundown. We're not stopping anytime soon. We'll get you coverage all offseason long as well.